All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all. Another one. Got my main man, Brian, up in here. Got Marlon up in here. Man, we're going to have to get into this Bears and Saints preview. But before we get into that, man, we got to talk about the last game. We always got to get into the last game, man. Saints, man, we fall short 19 to 25. Man, let me go ahead on and get your thoughts first, B man. What you thought about this game, man? A lot of people got a lot of takes on Spence Rattler right now. A lot of people got a lot of takes on Olave right now. You know, it's just not enough, man. What's your take?
The last statement you made, bro, is probably the best way to look at the New Orleans Saints right now, bro. It's just not enough. You play a Patriots team that was better than you on paper. You played them evenly to a point to where you actually had a chance to not only go ahead and get the win, but you could have had the go ahead touchdown, seal the deal. Like Spence Rattler could have had like his comeback moment, if you will, man. And it was blown. And it was blown by players, man, that you paying a lot of money to, and that's supposed to be your top guys. And that's what's the most disappointing, bro. Like when you look at a guy like Chris Olave, man, that's like that's supposed to be your wide receiver one. That's you traded, you traded to go get him. So because you made that trade, you got Olave, and then I think they went got Penny later on. But you gave up a lot. You gave up a lot thinking that I want Olave that bad. I'm gonna take him at 12, and you do keep him with that fifth year option. So like this is supposed to be your wide receiver one, and he's getting outplayed by old Brandon Cooks and by an undrafted free agent, and Rashid Shaheed, who looks like a better option as the number one guy than than you do. So for me,
Hold
man,
on,
I think
B.
it's just disappointing.
Hold on, B. I think I hear your TV, Marlon.
Oh, I moved. I moved from over there. My fault.
Marlon, be on that TV, boy. All right, go ahead, B.
Yeah, bro. But you know what? He just he's not a number one option as far as wide receiver one. Jawan Johnson is not a number one option at tight end. These are guys that are costing you games, man. Like even the play when in which Spencer Rattler hits Vele and they they in the red zone now for a go ahead score. I mean for the score, and it's like, man, you get Trevor Penning on a holding call or whatever that negates the play. It's like, bro, like you can't. These are supposed to be your top dudes. You've been investing. You didn't play ring around the fucking rosy and the carousel, musical chairs with Trevor Penning trying to find a spot for him. So it's frustrating, bro, that your top guys are the ones letting down essentially what is your rookie quarterback. And whenever the losses pile up, nobody gonna look at it and say, well, Spencer went 20 for 26 in that game with a 78% completion percentage. They're not gonna look at that. They're gonna look at that 1-11 record and say, damn, he must have been bad. Why Shuck wasn't in?
Mhm. Yeah, man. I think Spence Rattler just in a unique position right now, just for the simple fact that Shuck age. So we ain't really got a lot of time to just be waiting because of his age. And on top of that, Shuck draft selection spot. And on top of that, all the QBs that's coming out. Granted, nobody is, just running away with the number one spot right now, seems like to a lot of people, but at the same time, it's still a lot of candidates there. So I think that's just a unique spot that we got with Spence Rattler right now. What's your take on the whole situation, Marlon?
I thought this was Rattler's best game. Probably just as a passer. Like I thought this game I can't go like in other games, even like at times where like you might look at the Arizona game and you would say, oh, well they could have won it or could have tied it up at the end or caught the touchdown. But like I can go poke some holes at other stuff. This game right here, I can't really poke holes. We know he's not a very accurate quarterback down the field. Today or Sunday, he was. So I thought he played a good game. I thought he just got let down with the fumble, and I thought Olave let him down a lot today or a lot the other day. I thought what made it messed up is like this was probably the best they used Olave probably since like overall since he first got that first concussion and like because he ran the way he was used kind of the way they used him with Pete Carmichael, but just with more motion. And I just thought like I don't know if bro got like the yips or what. Like he short on the touchdown and hesitated for no reason. Um, then he dropped the pass on the second down. I thought that one play the catch that they ruled incomplete. I thought it was a cold catch, but he would have fumbled too. So he he didn't do him any favors, and I thought that really like those combination of plays along with the fumble, which I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't think that was a fumble on Jawan, but felt like it was a makeup call, but it's still they still ruled it that way. I just thought that like that let them down because we know what the defense is, but overall, I thought this was probably Rattler's best game. He just like this is not a game where I can go back like you can go back and poke holes. Like even with the San Francisco game, you can go back and like, man, he missed the dude wide open in the end zone. Like this, we can't do that this time. This was just the players not not helping the quarterback.
Yeah, all the way around, man. It goes from the offense to the defense to even the special teams, and sometimes even the coaching. Man, Brandon Staley, he's looking inconsistent right now, man. But some people, probably say it's the lack of talent. And as far as Kellen Moore said he got to get better within the red zone. Like when it comes to the Saints red zone issues, you think that's more of a Kellen Moore thing with the play calls, or you think it's more of a Spence Rattler thing? A lot of people just been looking into Spence Rattler, digging deep. They going to his Carolina days, they going to his USC days, they going to from last year, and they say, man, this dude ain't good in the red zone. He just like Derek Carr. Like, you think two things could be true at once, B, or you think it's leaning more to one side?
No, man, I actually think, brother, it's not a combination of both. I think it's more along the lines of a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point because he might have been bad in high school or bad in college. Now all of a sudden people are going to be like, well, he's bad in the pros as well. Tell me in all seriousness. And I had this discussion with somebody, I think the other day, that was like, they think Chris Olave is a top 30 wide receiver. I can't tell you that. And the fact that I can't I have to sit down and write down, okay, who are the top receivers in the NFL? And it takes me a while before I get to Chris Olave. That's not my fault. That's his. And that's what Spencer Rattler had to play with. And the duplicate position of sub 6'1" wide receivers out there. What the hell are you going to do in the red zone when everything tightens up? And you have to, and those little bitty wide receivers can only run slant routes because they can't win a physical matchup in the jump ball, especially not one named Chris Olave, because that seems to be where he struggles the most. He's not, like, I'm used to seeing the Saints have a guy that if they in the red zone, good luck stopping him. Marcus Colston, Jimmy Graham, Michael Thomas. These names, that's a number one option right there. Hell, Lance Moore. Those are number one options. What Spencer Rattler has right now is not that. You can't count on Olave, you can't count on Shaheed, you can't count on Johnson, and you can't count on Cooks in that area. So the one player that you traded for, you barely using as Vele. And the one time you tried to use him there, it was successful. So no, this ain't on Spencer Rattler. I don't think it's the idea he can't perform in the red zone. I'm asking, what the hell else have they done? Like Alvin Kamara ain't exactly 5 for 5 in the red zone either. It ain't all Rattler. Something is broken about that offense. And until they fix it or figure out what it is, we're going to keep seeing them struggle. They're going to look good at times between the 20s. They're going to struggle in the red zone because, maybe what they were doing between the 20s was more bad defense. And once the defense tightens up, because you can use the sidelines or you can use the end zone as an extra defender, maybe that's why you're not as successful as you once were.
What you got, Marlon? Who you blame these red zone wolves on?
Um, I mean, I don't think that they have like the personnel uh for a lot. I think it's a mix of a combination of everything. Like I don't think they have a lot of they don't have the ideal personnel. But this kind of goes back to my point that I was making like years ago. I was like, man, hey, we gotta build out this like we gotta build out a tight end room. We gotta build a complete wide receiver room. Like, and this was before Shaheed got hurt last year, before Olave had his situations last year with the concussions. I was like, man, our team is just not. I think it was like looking at the game we played Atlanta in last year in week 4. I think Olave had got hurt in practice on like a Friday, and I was like, damn, we basically down to Alvin Kamara. I don't think Taysom Hill played that game, but we down to Alvin Kamara and no Taysom and Shaheed. Olave ended up playing, but it's just like it showed you back then. It's like, bro, they already smaller guys. Like I think Olave's like 6'1", just Shaheed's like 6 foot, but they slim built. And so you already missing the bigger body target that you want in the room. Then last year you had no tight end play. And then you have like Alvin. I mean, he's still a good player, but like he's clearly not the same player. Clearly, an aging player that's not the same, can't move the same. Like it's just widespread issues. Like I think the Saints they do this thing how like when Mickey did at the presser and he was like, "Oh well, we were injured a lot. Injuries happen in football, and it's like they all the guys who were their top four guys last year on the offense, as far as the skill position players, they all took serious injuries, like major injuries. Taysom, torn knee. Elvin, that was his ever since like Breeze retired. Elvin has went on like IR and missed 25% of the games each year. He's basically he's gonna miss 4 games a year each year that's happened. So Alvin missed his annual 4 games. Olave basically missed 11, and that's a concussion issue, and that's like his fifth one. So he probably ain't gonna be all the way there, at least initially to start. Shaheed tore his knee again. Like, and you go look at your skill position players, and you added nothing to that. You just bank on, oh, they just gonna come back and be 100% fine. Like, I just think we got a widespread issue from a team building perspective that's like it's damn near a decade plus long. Like because I'm looking at people bring up Michael Thomas yesterday when he was in his prime and stuff like that in his OPOY year, and it's like Nick Under had a tweet like, "Oh well, Mike, you didn't need a 2, a 3, and a 4. Why did we lose in the playoffs? Because you didn't have anybody else. Easiest team to defend. Like his OPOY year, he had what like 1,800 yards. The next receiver had like 225. That's awful, and that's a team building issue. Like it's just you can go back so far about like far as the skill position and how they felt. Like I think they failed past players, they failed current players, and I think these players is good players, but they put them in situations they shouldn't be in. Jawan Johnson should have never been your starting tight end. When you had Chris Olave, when he was young, and you knew Michael Thomas' body was breaking down, you had to go take that wide receiver 2 position serious, not just, oh, Mike's gonna come back. He missed 40 games in 3 years. He wasn't gonna come back. So the lack of investment in weapons from like a decade long issue. And then what makes it worse is they invested so much in the defensive line and the offensive line, and none of those units is positives. So it would be different if you seen with the investments, the lack of investments in weapons, but the heavy investments in the O line and the D line, you'd be like, oh, they have a really good defensive line. They have a really good offensive line. They don't have any of it. That's why I say, man, it's gonna take probably till about they don't have a realistic shot to make the playoffs until about 2028, the 2028 season, because they failed everything. They even failed good players on the team. Like I know B how you just said that about Olave top 30. Right now he ain't playing like one. Before the season, I would have said he's a top 25 one. I have him right around the 25 range. But right now he not playing like it. But I still believe he's a good player. But I think that they failed. I think they failed him overall in his whole tenure. I think they failed Shaheed because Shaheed really shouldn't be playing the 2 at this. Like they failed they even failed a good players with how they built the team. That's my overall point.
B, when it comes to like the trade market, like who you think most likely to be traded up out of New Orleans, and is this draft upcoming? Like, is it without of a shadow of a doubt a best player overall selection type draft for us?
I mean, I would love to say that it will be, but I can't say that because it's going to depend on how they view Spencer coming out of this, this year. Like, I heard Breeze earlier today. Somebody sent me a clip of Breeze saying that he believes that it's going to take a quarterback at least 50 real life games in order for the quarterback for you to know what you have in that quarterback. So basically, what he's saying, combine college and pros. So you take a dude like Spencer. Let's say Spencer had 25 starts in college, and and now he's had 12 starts in the NFL. He got about the rest of this season for you to feel like you know what he can do. Maybe part of next season, but Breeze wants to see at least 50. If Kellen Moore can do what he does with quarterbacks, and that's make them just a little bit better, and we're seeing that now from Spencer. Like, say, bro, if you project what Spencer doing right now to the end of the season, we're talking about somewhere around, man, 4,000 yards, 20, 25 touchdowns, 26 touchdowns with like 4 or 5 picks. That's a hell of, and we're talking about 70% completion rate. That's a hell of a fucking stat line for a quarterback that many said can't play ball. You know what I'm saying? Many said he a fifth round pick. Many said you pick, you picked Tyler Shuck for a reason because Rattler wasn't it. If that dude goes down and projects this season with about 26-5 with 70% completion and 4,000 yards, you can't tell me that's not a quarterback you should be looking at to say, you know what? Maybe we're not ready to pick a quarterback just yet. So let's go ahead on and try to build around Spencer Rattler. And let's try to say, let's put some pieces around. Because here's the thing, bro. If you put pieces around Spencer and he's not the guy, now you go find your quarterback because what you have is you have a number one wide receiver, you have a number one tight end, you have a running back that's a budding superstar or whatever like that, or a superstar. So you have the skill position that you need. As Rainey pointed out a minute ago, how much more damn investment do you need in the offensive line? The Saints have 4 out of their 5 offensive linemen or first round picks, bro. Banks first round pick, Ruiz first round pick, Penning first round pick, Fuanga first round pick, and McCoy was your first round pick essentially because you didn't have a first round pick that draft, so he was the first pick you made in that draft. He was your first overall pick. He was picked in the second round. But it's the point. That's how much of an investment you've made. And now if they would have went skill position and would have went and got like a Ted McMillan, man, or somebody like that. Imagine what you could have right now because you obviously know you needed it. How do I know that? You told me. You told me when you traded the fourth and the sixth for Vele. So had you picked Ted McMillan instead of Calvin Banks, do I know the offensive line would be solidified? Shit, I can't tell you that it is now. But I know you'd have a number one receiver right now. It's the same thing the Bengals did. I'm not saying that I think that's the reason why Joe Burrow stay hurt. But the Bengals decided that in order to make Joe happy, we're gonna get Joe Jamar Chase. We'll figure out the rest of it afterwards. But they still got Jamar Chase. Now it's on them to find the right offensive line to protect Joe. I'd like to see the Saints do something similar. At least at some point, stop bargaining, bin shopping. Sean Payton is not in the building, bro. You can't go get a seventh round draft pick wide receiver from Hofstra and turn him into a potential Hall of Famer. That happens once in a blue moon. That's the exception. It's not the rule. So man, for me, bro, like it's time for the Saints to stop bullshitting around, man, and actually put a competent team on the field. Even if it's a slow cook, at least make me believe that you're trying.
You got
I'm
any?
sorry, I didn't even answer your question about who should be traded, bro. My bad, man. Go ahead, let Rainey rock, man. I ain't even answer that shit.
Go ahead, Randy. Same question.
um, I mean, I'll probably look into trading Granderson. I'll probably to probably look to trade Olave. I probably trade Shaheed as well, just because I don't think he'll resign here. Um, so that's probably the three. I mean, I asked Demario, but I don't know if he'll say if he wants to trade or not. But I do the same thing he did with Elvin. But I'll probably look to trade those three, just get the assets and restart over at this point. Uh, Hypothetical world, like I mean, in the ideal world, I would have liked to keep those two and just build like how B said with adding alongside of it because I still believe in the skill sets of the players. Like I think that's it's two of the three types that I want in the room, but they just need the person with the size, like the bigger wide receiver with it. But the team ain't built that way, so I'll probably just restart overall the whole thing. And as far as like the draft, with me in the draft, I'm penciling on about three players. I'm penciling on Ruben Bain because this team cannot rush the passer for shit. Drake May had all day back there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm focused on Caleb Downs because of his natural talent. And yes, I don't really care about, oh, he's a safety. These safeties, some of these safeties today are more Some of these safeties today are more impactful than corners. If you told me I had like a Kyle Hamilton, Antoine Winfield, Jesse Bates, Derwin James, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph type of safety, I'm taking that. Them is great players. And they get paid like corner. They get paid 20 plus 24, $25 million now. So I would take Caleb Downs because his natural talent. And then his teammate is a dude, another guy from Ohio State. His name Arvell Reese. He plays linebacker, but he probably can play edge. And he's just he's everything they missing. As far as like in the front seven, the explosiveness is bigger than other people.
I think we need a lockdown corner before Caleb Downs.
Who
I
they
think we
don't.
need.
It's no. I like the guy from LSU, Mansour Delaney, but I'm not taking. Where we gonna be picking that? I'm not taking a corner there. Like
But
it's
I'm
no
just saying,
corner.
if I had the chance to choose between a lockdown corner and Caleb Downs, I'm gonna take the corner before Caleb. And if I had the chance to choose an edge before Caleb, I'm taking an edge. I'm
Oh
taking
yeah,
a
that's what I said.
quarterback.
I said his teammate. What's the guy named Arvell Reese? I think he can play edge. He plays line. He's like a hybrid. He's playing linebacker and edge. But you like he's kind of like an Abdul Carter type of player. But he just stick out on the field. Number 8 for Ohio State.
I
But
just think edge gonna just help out all that. Like if
no,
you
I'm
got an
saying he
edge,
he'll make everybody's job easier. Him
yeah,
or
like
Ruben
I'm
Dunk.
good. I'm good with Howden and Sinker back there learning. Like they gonna have
Uh,
they bumps in the roads, but
This
I'm
is
good
this
with back there.
Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs. I like Jordan Howden, but Caleb Downs. That's a generational type of talent. That's the type of player you just take it. Like, and again, you say corner. They don't have a corner in this draft. Work where we gonna be picking at. They don't have a wide receiver in this draft. Work where we gonna be picking at. Um, Quarterback is that's just an interesting one. I got a few guys I like, but I'm not if they don't want to force a quarterback pick, we don't have to force a quarterback pick. That's the one thing that I believe Spencer Rattler's done this year. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback or anything like that, but he's not a player where you don't have to force a pick. Now, if Jaden Daniels or Drake May was there, all power to Rattler, I'm taking them. But I don't think they have that in this draft, so I don't have to think like that.
I just think we missing prime Marshawn Lattimore before we missing prime Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams, they
This
came out.
Caleb
Go ahead.
Downs is way better than Marcus Williams. It's not even this ain't the same argument. We talking like the Kyle Hamilton types, but they can actually run like the safeties that can do everything. Marcus Williams couldn't play in the box. He couldn't play if you had to move him in a slot. These are like just weapons. They like just weapons on the field on defense, and the Saints need talent like that.
Caleb Downs is kind of like, man, Ed Reed. He'd be like an Ed Reed clone more than he would be, the type the
I say like a Palomalu because I don't Ed Reed the best center fielder ever. Like I think with Caleb you can put him anywhere. I think you can do that with Ed, but like Caleb, I think you
I
just
don't
moving him
think Troy
anywhere.
could play. I don't think Troy could play free. I think
I think Caleb can
good.
play free. I think
And
Caleb can
that's why
play
I said,
free,
and that's why I
strong. Yeah,
compared him to Ed versus comparing him to Troy.
I'm
Because
gonna do. I'm gonna do
I don't think he do it.
I'm gonna do a smaller Derwin James if that's more like fair.
I don't disagree. I just think, man, Derwin at FSU was different than Derwin in the pros.
What you think about like we play him 2 times a year. I'm gonna go a bigger Antoine Winfield. He can blitz. He can play deep. You can line him up on the tight end. He can play in the slot. You can put him anywhere,
I
and he
don't
gonna
know.
make an impact.
I'm looking at our corners, and I just know come Sunday, man, that boy Kool-Aid about to get barbecued, flame grilled on all sides
I never,
evenly against DJ Moore.
I
I'm
never
not
thought
getting no safety,
I,
dog. I'm getting a corner. We need a
you don't, you don't,
dog.
you don't,
This
you don't
reminds me of
reach.
Jason
You
David,
don't keep,
Fred Thomas
but
days.
you don't reach. That's one of the problems on the team now. They keep reaching for need stuff. Sometimes you just take good players. Like a person, like like again, I watch a lot of college football. Where we gonna be picking at is no cornerback worth a pick right there. Like it's no Stingley, it's no
Oh, we
Sauce
should have got
Gardner,
Will Johnson, man.
it's
Damn.
no Patrick Surtain. Like it's no like Lattimore fell in the draft because of injury concerns. Like Lattimore probably should have been a top 5 pick off of his physical metrics. Like it's no Lattimore, it's no Jalen Ramsey types, there's no Denzel Ward. So if it's not that in the draft, I'm not taking a corner there.
We got to go edge or quarterback. But I don't mind building around Rattler. So if we got to go edge, I don't mind doing that because I don't like Chase Young. I think he just living off his name at this point. But we could have had our cornerback, could have had Will Johnson. He was there at 40, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, man, bro. But let me go ahead on and get to this Bears, man. How you think this game gonna turn out? B, what you think our three keys to victory, and give me your score prediction.
Man, I think if the offense ever wakes up, because I think the problem with the defense and offense is that they're fighting each other. So I think if the offense ever wakes up and can get just, I mean, the slightest of leads to give the defense just that much more of an ability to play a little bit faster, play free, to not have to really worry. If they can get them just a little bit, I think the Saints will be able to compete. I think the problem is that the Saints offense might go out there. If they don't go three and out, they'll have a long drive that eventually stalls, or maybe possibly kick a field goal. So you got your three. The problem is your defense just let the other team go down there and score first on the opening drive because they giving up 7, and you can't fight back. And by the time you finally figure out you got enough bullets in the gun to fight back, it's already too late. You're dead. And that's the problem with the Saints, bro. So when it comes to the Bears, I think this is going to be very much a mirror match, but I give the advantage to the Bears. I really do. I think the one game I want the Saints to win is this game. I'd love to see them win, but you're on the
Especially with the
road.
narratives. You got
Yeah,
Kendrick going up against Dennis Allen. You got uh
Spencer
Spencer
going up or
versus
going to Dennis Allen, for
well,
somebody
yeah,
that didn't believe in him. He
and
wanted Jake.
yeah, and the fact that he was benched by Caleb. So it's a lot of narratives for this game. Plus a lot of
Absolutely.
Saints fans. We wanted Ben Johnson, so we're gonna have to see, man.
I think this is going to be a great test for the Saints, man. I don't know if what the Bears do well, the Saints can stop, and what the Saints do well offensively is what exactly we don't know. They're not a great running team. They're not a great passing team. They play well between the 20s every blue moon, and then they stall in the red zone. So for me, man, the one game I'd like to see them win, I don't see it happening. I think the Saints going to lose this game because I don't think they can score 30 points. And the first one of 30 wins in this one. I think the Bears going to win it 30-20.
Hmm. Three quick keys to victory.
If there is a key to victory, I think the Saints got to play keep away, man. Like put the pressure. You got to score early and often. So keep the ball away from the Bears, go on long drives, wearing them down on that defensive side, man. You take a 8-9 play drive, man. Take some time off the clock, get some time of possession going, score your touchdown. You do that a couple of times, the Bears can't come back either. So that's a key to victory. Score early, score often, but make sure you're efficient.
Hmm.
Offensively, you got to score 30. That's the name of the game. Defensively, the Saints need turnovers. They are not a good enough defensive unit in order to win a game in which they play straight up and the other team play straight up without turning the ball over, and the Saints win that game on not happening. And they're not good enough to lead the team to a victory. The Saints defense has to get turnovers in order to be effective. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, no shit, Sherlock. But the reality of it, the Saints don't create turnovers. So it's not like I'm saying something that, it's not like they're going to go out there and do. This ain't exactly the 2009 Saints to where you can be ranked like 24th, but because you take the ball away so much, it's a better thing for your offense because you got Breeze in the offense on the other side. That's not who the Saints are right now. They need to create turnovers, and I think my last key to victory is going to be man penalties, bro. Like the Saints are shooting themselves in the foot. Try to play a clean game. If the Saints have 3 penalties or less in this game, they have a better chance to win it than if they have 13 penalties. And again, this is a no shit Sherlock moment, but when you're one of the most undisciplined teams in the NFL, and then you got to pack up and go on a road game after losing a game in which you possibly could have won versus the Patriots, you need to be clean. And well as Spencer played, some of those penalties, kind of took away, potential points off the board as well. So I think they got to play a clean
If we get into a shootout, B, and
one.
Spencer going off.
You said shootout. Come on, man. Stop
Yeah,
playing.
Spencer going off. Caleb going off. Uh, last last possession, we got the ball. Spencer go down that field, 80 yards. We go win. Would that still a lot of the fan base, or they already made up their mind? Even if
Nope.
we was to lose this game and he play well, they won't shut.
I think the way the fan base is, brother, it's more, it's not 50-50 split down the middle on Spencer. It's more like 45-35, and you got a bunch of people in the middle that are just trying to wait and see before they pick a side. I think the people that are waiting in the middle, if Spencer goes out there and does that, switch over to the heavier side. I think, like I said, I think 55 on the side of Spencer, 65 on the side of Spencer. People want to see him go. Then there's the 35% who would allow this, and they're the ones being like, nah, let him see. So, again, it's that middle ground. I think the middle ground fans will jump on the bandwagon, and the middle ground fans will also go on the other side because they get to play this. They get to straddle the fence and play both sides. If Spencer does well, they can I told you so. If Spencer does poorly, they can I told you so. They don't really have a dog in the fight. If he does what you said he did just now,
Yeah,
that
win
that
be
that
win
that should
because
change.
of him. Win because of him.
Yes, that changes everything. That makes people who call for Shuck look really stupid, but it also makes the Saints look really stupid because you had that in Rattler. And I'm not gonna say it's out the realm of possibility because every game he's getting better, and that should be scary for people who didn't like him because when Kellen Moore comes out and makes a comment that says Taysom Hill could be QB2, that tells me everything I need to know about Shuck. So it's gonna
Hmm.
make the organization look like idiots because you had McDonald's at home.
Hmm. Well, B, go ahead on and let you get up out of here. Give me any last thoughts that you want to share, and let the people know where they can follow you at on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter, Battle Rap Bets, all one word, BATTLERAPBETS. Battle Rap Bets on Twitter. I should be hosting the spaces and probably gonna do it like Thursday, maybe Wednesday, depending on how it is. I think I'm gonna pull up a spaces, man, try to get everybody going to get their opinions. So y'all look out for that. As far as my last words,
Need your score prediction too.
score prediction, I got them 30. I got Saints losing 30, Bears 30, Saints 20.
All right.
As far as my last words, man, I'm gonna just say, bro, is it basketball season yet?
Oh, I'm waiting, bro. I'm excited about the Pelicans. I'm excited, bro. I'm liking
I
everything we doing.
I got the, how man they got the little meme or the little thing, man, where they got the dude crying and the thing putting the clown makeup on. That's me for
Mhm.
the Pelicans right now, bro. Somehow they didn't suck me back in, bro. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pull me back in there, man. And I'm
Man,
like,
Zion looking good, man. The man looking good, man. The man looking in shape, man.
I'm not, to be honest with you, bro. I think Zion is more of a luxury at this point, man. I think if anything, I think the team that the Pels have right now, with her being healthy and Trey being healthy, and you add a Misi in this second year, and of course, man, the addition of Jordan Poole, I think that's gonna change a lot because it's a dude that you don't have to worry about who's gonna take the last shot. So I'm glad for that, bro. Between him, Trey, what I'm saying, Herb, man, I think they're gonna be a lot better off, bro. So that's me right there, man. I don't care what happens with with the Saints right now, man. Give me the Pelicans.
Oh yeah, I'm for sure gonna be in the Rockets Pelicans games. But appreciate you for coming on to the show, B. I'm gonna let you go do what you do, man. Always a pleasure having you on, man.
Anytime, my brother. You know that.
All
All
right,
right.
B.
All right, fam.
All right, Marlon, let me go ahead on and get your record prediction and your three keys to victory, for the Saints trying to take down the Bears, man.
Um, I think like B said, they're gonna have to get turnovers. They're not gonna stop the Bears. They're not gonna get a pass rush. So they're gonna have to find a way to make the quarterback make a mistake.
Hmm.
For all of Caleb got a lot of discourse. The one thing he don't really, even last year, like in his rookie year, you would think he turned the ball over. He doesn't. Like he doesn't throw a lot of picks or anything. He'll take the check down. Um, so they just got to find a way to just create turnovers. Offensively, I would say if they get to the red zone, they got to convert. The Bears don't really have a good run defense, and they best corner is like out for most of the season, Jalen
Hmm.
Johnson. Um, and I mean, you can do some stuff on them. I don't think it's kind of hard to say how our game plan is because I thought last week they went like they went safe, or last week was one of the first days they went like they didn't go completely safe, which I liked, but I didn't think that, like I said, I didn't think Olave had a good game to help out the quarterback. I think this also might be his last game with the Saints too
Damn,
this week.
hot take. Hot
Oh nah,
take.
I'm not gonna lie. I started like I don't want to trade the player because I told you I like the player. I like him. I like Shaheed. I like both of them in the room. I just think that I think Pittsburgh's gonna win on Thursday Night Football, and the Saints gonna lose. And at a certain point, bro, you just can't keep doing the same thing. Like I don't think that we get I don't think like we get better trading him because I think that he's like a piece that you want. I don't think he's the piece. Like he's not the guy that's gonna elevate you and push you over the top. He's like if I had a guy, like he's the Olave's the perfect guy for if you got like if you have a Michael Thomas. I don't even think like not even a prime Michael Thomas, but if you have like a Michael Thomas body type, I'm trying to add that opposite of him.
Mm.
So that's why I always say like I like those type of players, but I just don't. I just think you just looking at the stuff from what happened last year and then like what's happening now. I just think bro probably just need a reset.
Ain't Puka on IR?
Huh?
Ain't Puka on IR?
Uh, I
Well,
don't
not
think it's IR.
when
Nah,
I.
he's not on IR, but he's hurt.
Oh, okay. I ain't know. I thought I seen something about him missing the season,
Nah, he
but
ain't gonna miss a season. But shit, Pooh can get hurt every year though, bro.
yeah. Well, sure, he getting a lot of
You want to
targets.
you want to know how I view Olave.
How?
He's not the receiver that with the way that the Saints currently built. He's not the receiver they need. They need him to be. But for like a bunch of other teams, he's the exact type of receiver they need. Like
Yeah,
I watch Pittsburgh play, and I'm like, Calvin Austin, like 5'8". He can't be a number two receiver. I don't think, like I told you and B a few weeks ago, I don't think DK Metcalf's like his grade one. But like I think Olave worked perfect with him because
hmm
he do the stuff like I think it's a reason why like we don't see Shaheed get as many targets as Olave. He can't get open as good as him. So I
yeah.
think that's part of the issues. Like I think Shaheed worked perfectly in other places as opposed to here because I don't think you can't just spam a deep ball every time. Like we can't just say, "Oh, Shaheed, we gonna throw Shaheed 10 deep balls this game." Like football just not played like
I
that.
think I
So
think Shaheed and Olave look good for the Broncos. I think
I
they'll look
that's what I
good for
look. They
the
they look.
Steelers.
It sucks. It sucks that it's like that. But
They'll look good
I
for
have
the
like I gotta take that. I don't be wanting to say on Twitter because you know how Saints fans are, bro. Like
Go ahead
I
and say
love
it right
Michael.
here,
I love
man.
Michael Thomas and all that. But like if they would have operated as if he wasn't on the team after the 2021 season, they would be a lot better far as like in the skill position group. They when he had his issues in 2020 with the ankle and the getting into fights and all that, like with Chauncey, like when he had those issues, like we'll chalk that. But then like when he didn't play the next year because he didn't get surgery when he was supposed to get surgery and then he went ghost, like I'm not saying the way we do the cap, like we can't just cut the player, but like, bro, you almost gotta operate as if he like not on the team. And I don't think just drafting and we watched that 2021 season. I don't think just drafting like Olave, he's like 6'1", like 195. But I don't think just at the time he was like 180. I don't think at the time inserting a skinny 180-pound wide receiver that if you like watch college football, his strengths and weaknesses in college is exactly his strengths and weaknesses in NFL. Like if you go to his weaknesses, it's gonna say he's average at like attacking a football. Like he's average at it. And when you watch the game, the touchdown he didn't catch, he's like short arming the play. Like I don't know why he's short arming it, but like you see it. He's always supposed to be like
I'm more mad about him dropping that damn third down. I'm
I
more
was
mad
more
about
mad at the
that.
touchdown. I'm more mad at the
I mean, of
touchdown.
course you would like the touchdown, but
No, because that touchdown easy, bro. That's an easy touchdown. I don't even know why you hesitating the route. But I'm
you'd
just
have had
saying,
to
like, oh,
you'd have had to die for that touchdown. But that
nah,
third
bro,
down,
bro.
I
He
don't know
no,
why.
the touchdown, bro. The touchdown didn't have to be. It didn't have to be that. The Steelers had to play this week. They ran the exact same play. The difference is DK Metcalf just ran. He like looked
And
back at Rattler for no reason and
Tez
then
Johnson
started running. But
and
no, he didn't even need the Tez Johnson play because it wasn't that level of play. Like when I'm talking about, if you just go look at that play, you're gonna see he gonna run his route, and then he gonna like kind of hesitate and look at Rattler for no reason.
well, I'm just
Like
saying
if
that
he,
the third down was in clutch time. We needed that
yeah,
first down, bro. We needed that. And we needed that, dog. Like if you the number one, dog, you gotta get that, dog. I don't care how
yeah,
the ball was
yeah.
thrown,
No, no, no,
bro.
no, no, no. I again, I said he played bad this week. I think that he's been bad in. I think he's been bad in 2 games. I don't think that I don't think he was bad against whatchamacallit. I think a lot of the stuff was the offense. I don't think he was bad the way we were playing offense. Like, I
What you
don't
think?
think he was bad against Arizona,
What you think about the
Frisco.
first play? The
Oh,
first play out the
I know some
gate.
people saying that Rattler got to throw that. They got the yards, bro. Like, I ain't really worried about all that. Would you want him to throw it out a little bit more? Yeah, but
I'm just
you got
saying,
53 yards.
bro. That's my biggest gripe with Rattler. He don't
Oh,
never
that
hit
play
nobody in stride.
in stride, yeah.
Yes, he don't never hit nobody in stride.
That I don't know.
That's my that's
That
my
deep ball
biggest
stuff is
gripe.
like the
Cause that
only
would
dude
make
I can.
I'm gonna get to start thinking about Tyler Shuck because I know he can hit that.
That's a play you like, damn, bro. I need you to hit that. I know some people saying that he had a
Cause
man in his face,
cause we cause we
but
cause we got 3, right?
yeah, we got 3 points.
Exactly. We got 3 points out of it. And I don't know why Kellen Moore keep not going for 2 in certain situations when we down by 8. I never understood that. Give me the logic behind that. Why not go for the
Teams
why
don't
not
want to do it they don't want to do it in the first half.
why? Why? I don't understand that. That's how the
Yeah,
Bears won. If you
they don't
down,
want to do it in the first half.
if you don't get the 2-point conversion, you still gonna be down enough to where a field goal can take the lead. I know. I can't stand it, dog. That to me, that's coaching scary, bro.
Yeah, they not gonna do it in the first half. Like, if it's the third quarter, they'll do it, but they just not gonna do it in the
I don't
first
care if they do it in the first quarter. If I'm down by 8,
half.
I'm doing it in the first quarter. Wouldn't you? What's the
Depends on the
reason?
game.
What's the reason? Give me one good reason you don't go and tie the game in the first quarter, down by 8. Give me
These
one.
teams coach they coach. I don't know, man. It's the analytics. The analytics is it's whatever the map problem gonna say.
Okay.
But I said what the turnovers, get turnovers, try to convert in the red zone, and I'm gonna probably go to run the ball. Uh, I didn't think they ran the ball at all this week. Really. I think that they should probably run the ball. They don't. You simply don't have the passing personnel. You missing a type of receiver. You don't have a starting tight end. Like, I don't think I think if Jawan was a $5 million tight end, I think the stuff would be different on him. Like, if he signed an extension, kind of like his first, where it was like,
I just think people care because he's the starter. He's the
I
starter. I
yeah,
don't think
I think
nobody looking at the money. I think people looking at
I
him being
think
the
that
starter. He's a
his
2.
and that yeah, I think if his contract was like 2 years, 2 years, 10 million instead of 3 years, 30 million, like, it would be different. And I don't think it would be. I still don't think people would think he's like, oh, he's good.
And
No,
I'd
it
rather
just
that
would be
boy.
different.
I'd rather that other dude, Jack, man.
Jack Stoll.
I'd rather him.
Cause see, the thing with Jawan is like, I think Jawan was like, I think he's like second in the league in drops, behind, like, I think Brian
I
Thomas
bet you.
Jr.
You
had the
know. You know he
most
first in the league again.
TikToks.
Yep, first in the league in TikToks.
I just seen one that popped up on my Twitter feed just now.
Man, we got the off-brand Juju Smith-Schuster, man. At least Juju can make plays out there. That's one thing I give him. A lot of people give him flack about them TikToks, but he make plays when need be, dog. When you need a play, that be the dude who make the play.
But what would you about to say?
Oh, I about to get your score prediction and let you get up out of here. You get your three keys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man. Let me get your score
I'm
prediction.
gonna probably go 31-20 Bears. I think the Bears will be comfortable for most of the game. I don't think they'll have to stress.
Man, I think DJ Moore about to go ham.
I don't
If
think
you
and
gotta-
the thing is, now he went to the hospital after the game. I don't know what's wrong with him or anything, but like, I don't think DJ Moore had a game in a long time, and this is one where I'll be like, I think they're gonna try to feed DJ Moore because DJ Moore ain't have a game.
If they thought
Roma
Boudet
didn't have games,
if they thought Boudet did something against Kool-Aid, boy, I'm telling you, DJ about to punish that. That dude can't cover, dog. He can't cover.
I like Kool-Aid. I don't view him as a one. at all, but like
I think you like him
I don't
because his
know,
name
man.
he came from
No,
Alabama.
it's not. No,
That man
I'm an
name was
LSU
James
fan.
Jones. If that man name was
I'm an
James
LSU fan. I don't
Jones,
really. I'm an LSU fan, bro. I don't really care about all that about him because he went to whatchamacallit. But like, I don't think he's a bad player. I just don't think he's good. Like, I think he's solid. But I think he's a CB2 playing CB1. But I guess my concerning thing
I
on
don't
him is
think so
like
too.
my
But he
concerning
was
thing is like I think sometimes fans just a little too spoiled or like what you had in the past. But like I guess he not athletic enough to be like a like a one. If you are like the type of athlete he is, like a type of corner he is, and like his athleticism, you got to be like a technical genius. Like I said, the dude from the Bears earlier, Jalen Johnson is like he's not athletic at all, but he's just so technically sound. Like I know we got all this like I know Olave he the hated man right now, but even like yeah, he got a lot of concussions, but shit, he ain't lose no speed. They still fast. Like I don't know. I don't think I don't think Kool-Aid got a lot of foot speed. Then I don't think that he kind of struggled at the catch point far as like when it's time to make a
man,
play
that
on
man
the
be getting
catch.
dick, man. That man be getting mossed out there, man.
Because dude, Kayshawn Boutte is like the least athletic wide receiver probably ever. Like he ain't fast.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
don't
DJ
he
Moore bigger
don't
than
get
him and faster
yeah.
and more
He
athletic.
like he ain't like if you told Kayshawn Boutte to go race like I ain't even gonna say Shaheed, go race Olave 50 yards right now, he'd get him at least five. At least five. But like so Kayshawn Boutte not fast. He can't jump at all. He had like a 28-inch vertical at the combine. That's horrible. That's like a 28-inch vertical when you under 200 pounds is like crazy bad. And he not big, but it's just like damn. At the catch point on every play against Kool-Aid, he made every catch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we get to the point where we start to see some trades. I think their most tradable asset is probably Olave the um
I think
because of
it's
the 5th year
Carl.
option. I don't think it's Carl because I don't think I don't I think Carl Sachs is kind of tricking people because
Mm.
Carl not he's simply not winning. Like he don't win pass rushes. Like if you go watch Carl play, like when he wins, it's a sack. But it's like Carl not generating no pressure. Like I thought Carl was better in passes. Now the sacks is a good thing. It helps them overall to trade him. I do think at minimum I do think you'll get a third because I think his contract is affordable.
Man,
But
I'm
like
tripping,
I
man.
I think it's Chris and then I think
That
it's
boy ass would be grass if I was Mickey Loomis.
who?
All of them. I don't like none of these people, bro. I don't like nobody. I don't like nobody on our team. The only three people safe with me is Fuaga, Banks, and Sanka. That's it. I don't like
Yeah,
nobody.
I'm
Everybody up for grabs if it was to
no,
me.
I like again, I like a lot of the players on
For
the
the
team.
right
I
price,
just think that they got to
for the right price, I'll
whatchamacallit.
give up both our quarterbacks too for the right price.
Oh, that's not I'm
Because
that's that's an interesting thing. No, no, one thing. Oh, I do want to say
I,
this.
I think he
I do
provided
think
value. Snake.
I think Spencer Rattler has shown that if you took a quarterback high, you can at least get a third round pick for him without putting an attachment on it. Like I don't think because no, when they traded whatchamacallit, what's the dude, Sam Howell, they attached the 5th round pick to it. I think Sam Howell played way more riskier football than whatchamacallit. Like I think if Sam Howell was the quarterback, the way he played in 2023, like I think that like I think I think a lot of people have more yards because I think Sam Howell didn't give a shit.
What
He
they
was
what
just
they got back for
gunslinging.
Sam Howell?
They traded Sam Howell in a 5th for a 3rd round pick. So I don't think that you have to attach a pick to Rattler to get a third.
Man, look here, that boy, that boy has to be grass if it was. Oh, all these people up for grabs. Me, I think the
Yeah, I
only
think
people,
it's
the
only
two
dude,
tackles.
it's only like it's only I'm gonna go more than the 2 tackles. I got a few others. I ain't gonna
Please.
count. I'm not counting other rookies, but I'm gonna just go Banks, Fuaga, and Eric McCoy. That's it. I'm not trading McCoy. That's the only veteran on the team I wouldn't trade.
Oh, McCoy is.
Huh? McCoy
Oh, McCoy.
28, but hey, good centers. The way they playing football now, good centers do not grow on trees. You cannot move. He's the only veteran on the team that can't be moved at all. Like because good centers don't come,
I
and
guess
you are trying to get a you are trying to establish a quarterback whether they on the team or they still in college. Like
I
you
guess
are
I'll
trying to
keep him.
establish somebody.
Just because I don't want Ruiz on the team. I don't care if Ruiz better at center.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
want that
this.
dude on the team, bro. I don't like that
I
dude.
can kind of go through my plan of what I do of
Go
what
go
I
through
do at
your
the trade deadline.
go through your plan, and then let people know
Some of
who's
these do
Uncle
again.
Uncle the
Some of
week.
these some of these dudes again. It ain't personal because I like the players way more than a lot of other fans. Like I like Olave way more than a lot of other fans, especially right now. But I'm gonna just say, hey, bro, I'm gonna let you go reset elsewhere. It was gonna work here, but it just I know what happened with the injuries last year, so I'm gonna trade him. I think I can get a two. I do think I can get a two because it's not like see. I remember when Jerry Judy got traded, they got like a fifth. Jerry Judy was dog shit. Like he was bad. Like he had no good moments with what you call it.
No
At least
thousand
at
yards
the
either, huh?
no, yeah, at least at the minimum with what you call it. At the minimum, I can always point back and say, "Hey, bro, that dude was he was a rookie of the year finalist. His second year, he improved. His third year before he got hurt, he improved. It didn't show statistically because the Saints didn't throw the ball a lot, but you can watch his contested catch rate went up, his yards at the catch went up, all that. He blocked better as a wide receiver. It's just he got hurt. Like it's circumstantial stuff. So and he ain't like no troublemaker and no shit like that, where he like arguing with fans and stuff online. So I do think you'll be able to get something for him. I'll probably trade Granderson for a third. It's nothing against Granderson. It's just that I'm just gonna play the pick thing. I don't think I'll ever Granderson on even on this contract that he got. I don't think I'll ever be good when Granderson on this contract. Like I'm not making the playoffs next year. I don't think I'll make it in 2027. If I can find a way to get a third for an undrafted player that I took in 2019 that was a productive player for me, I'm taking it. Shaheed, I don't think the price would be a third, but I would ask myself, I would ask him, would you want to resign here? Me personally, I don't think Shaheed is a two. The reason I don't think Shaheed is a two in the same situation is because I think you need like a I think I think Shaheed is a two if your one is great. Like your one gotta be better than Chris and different.
So he like a
And
Jamo
you got a good tight end.
Williamson. He like a
No,
Jamo
he
Williamson
I
and
think Jameson Williams is I know people gonna always point to the stats. Jameson Williams is better than Jameson Williams is legit too. And he's better than Shaheed because Jameson Williams can run routes.
you know what I'm
Like
saying. I know Amar Brown. He better than Olave.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Amon St. Brown play a different. Amon St. Brown play what they want Olave to play, but if you like really watch deep dive college football, Olave is not a volume player like St. Brown could be. St. Brown body, they like the same. I think not Olave taller than him and faster, but St. Brown is like a slot, and
Power
he
slot.
got a bulk. Yeah, I ain't gonna say he a power slot of the level of like Ibuka and them because Ibuka doing that shit against corners. St. Brown be beating up on safeties and linebackers, but he's still a really good player. But I'm gonna say the way that they team structured, they got a great tight end and a receiver that's better than JMO. That's a I might have my gripes with St. Brown beating up on slots and linebackers, but St. Brown got great hands and shit like that. He one of the better receivers in the league. I'm not taking him over a lot of people, but I know what he is in the league. So Jameson Williams is in a perfect place to be a two in that situation. I think that's kind of hard with Shaheed. Like if we don't, Shaheed got to be a two. Like if we had a Michael Thomas, Shaheed can be the two if you have Michael Thomas and a good tight end. Shaheed probably can't be a two. Shaheed can't be a two when your one is Chris Olave, who really should be playing the role that Shaheed playing, and your tight end is Jawan Johnson. That's why again how I tell people for the longest, I didn't I didn't want the Saints to take Tyler Warren because I ain't view Tyler Warren the way I view Brock. But it was a reason why I kept saying, "Hey, bro, Brock Bowers is the perfect draft prospect for the Saints because he make he would have made Shaheed better. He would have made Olave better. He would have made everybody better. But That's one of my things. So I'm looking at Shaheed. I Cause Shaheed gonna cost money, bro. Like they be talking contracts, man. Shaheed gonna cost at minimum $16 million a year. So
Especially
I think it's gonna
returning
be somewhere
punts.
between yeah. I don't think he gonna return punch a lot, but in a different place, he might because he might can play his true role. So like if you go put Shaheed in Arizona right now, will be a $16 million player because he's exactly what they need. They don't have anybody that can run. If you put Olave in Arizona, he's exactly what they need because they don't got nobody that can run either. But like again, our players fit everywhere else but here, which is bad because it shows you how much that they botched the situation that they had.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
like I think you got some low players you looking at. I think though I name those three because I think those are three that can get you value. Like I think a lot of it, even though I know it's been a rough stretch, especially in the 6 games he played, I don't think he's been bad in any of them but two. But like the bad gonna stick out at this point. So like I think he was fine against Arizona, San Francisco, um, the Giants, and Seattle. But I think when he wasn't good against Buffalo and the Patriots, it's just gonna stick out more. But I think Olave will get you something good. I think Granderson will get you something good, and I think Shaheed will get you something good. And then after that, you're looking at like players like if Demario wanted to trade, or if
San
they
Francisco. I'm
yeah
San Francisco. I'll be at our top. That's just me. I think San Francisco
yeah
is
I
a team.
I don't know. It depends on if San Francisco's gonna say, do we still want to try to make the playoffs? It's such and such like that. But then you start looking at other players, like you look at Pete Werner, you look at maybe Alante, even though I read something that they were talking an extension with him. I don't know how I feel about that.
Safety.
About
Telling you, boy,
because
that
they was
boy
talking
have
about
a
they was putting
see
this
the juice
position,
here.
they was putting this position with this guy that plays for the 49ers, number two, his name Diamador Lenore, and Diamador Lenore got 5 years, like 89 million. I don't think Alante is close to him as a player. Like
Mm.
with other players in the league, it's tricky with some of our players because like again, I don't think some of these guys gonna be on the team, but like I can go to a number like when you name Shaheed, I can go to a number. I go like, oh, I think Shaheed get 16 million a year, but it can go up to 20 and a thing. If you name Olave, I never thought Olave was gonna get 30 million, that 30 million number, unless he like played amazing because of what happened with the injuries and all that. But I still can go to, oh, Olave will probably get the contract that Jameson Williams got because he's been more productive in the league than Jameson Williams. And he ain't been in Jameson Williams' situation where like Jameson Williams been in a stable situation. Detroit been building something. The Saints been in like disarray. They didn't fire coaches, all type of shit. But like I can go to that number with Alante. I don't know how he'll get like outside corner money just because he playing a base down an outside corner when he not that good of an outside corner. And then even in the slot, like he missed a lot of tackles. Like it's just tricky. Like I don't know how you pay him close to like 18, 19 a year potentially when the best slot in the league get 13 million and like he's a way better slot than him.
Mm.
And then he not just like it's not like he a good outside corner. Like shit, he made Jerry Judy look like Jerry Rice. So it's tricky. But I think of guys like Alante potentially, and then because you're gonna ask yourself, am I gonna resign this guy or I'm not? I'm not resigning him, bro. I'm trying to trade him. I don't want the comp pick in 2027. I need the comp pick. I need the fifth round pick in 2026. And then I think Alante, Pete Werner. I ain't gonna say Justin Reed, but hell, if somebody want to call on Justin Reed,
That dude
and we
suck.
ain't. I don't think Justin Reed suck. I just don't think that I don't think the Saints got the personnel at all anywhere on defense. Like the
I
only
think
guy,
safety, like you say, I
I
think safety one of them. But if you that dude, you gonna make an impact. It's been 7 games. He made no impact. I don't like
I
that, bro.
think
That dude could
I
Oh,
think
I traded his ass.
I think like looking at their defense, the
Nobody ain't
only
gonna want him
guy.
though. Nobody ain't gonna want him.
Oh no, somebody will want him. But I think the only guy I like I can say is a starter in 2 years from now is potentially Sanker. I can't lock it in stone, but it's just like I think they defense need a
See, that's the
full
thing,
makeover.
dog. Well, some people though, you could see it, and that's what a lot of people want with Rattler, bro. Some people they could see it with him, but some people they just can't see it. I with Sanka, I could see it. That dude could cover, dog. I like a dude who could cover and tackle. When it comes to
Yeah,
safeties, I like a dude who could come down and make a sack, come down and make an open field tackle without no help,
yeah.
be on the angle and make a open field tackle without no help, and check good tight ends. You know,
You like you hey, you think you see Tyler Warren this year? You seen Tyler Warren this year? T- From
who he play for?
Penn State. Tyler Warren played for the coach, the one who a lot of our fans wanted.
Oh, that tight
You want to
end.
know? Yeah, you want to know
Yeah,
who shut him down in college? Blanked
Sanka.
him? Nah, Caleb Downs. That's what I'm saying. He that level of player. Like he just make your whole defense better.
Sanka just shut somebody good down.
No, I'm talking about like how you was saying when I brought up Caleb Downs earlier. You was like you didn't know necessarily like you want a corner first. Yeah, you want a corner first, but I'm saying Caleb Downs is that level of player. Like Caleb Downs, Tyler Warren, because Ibuka got hurt, Tyler Warren probably and he playing on
Yeah,
a 5-1 team.
but Caleb Downs can't shut down Jamar Chase.
We don't play Jamar Chase, so we good on that. We do play on next year, but
I'm just saying he can't shut down the best wide receiver. Marshawn Lattimore in his prime could. I never went into a game when Marshawn Lattimore was in his prime thinking, man, I hope he don't get cooked by him. Man, I hope he
yeah.
can keep up.
If
He
he
would
lose the
shut down
matchup,
the
if
whole
he
side
lose,
of the
but
field, and that's
I'm
what
saying
changed our
if he
defense.
if he lose the matchup, he just lose. But you
Yeah.
ain't going in there thinking, I hope what you call it. Like I'm
With Caleb
watching the
Downs,
game.
I'll still be thinking that with these corners.
I can't. Hey, bro, good safety can't help a lot of stuff, man. I'm telling you, bro. Because I watched. I guess I watched like the other teams, and I'm like, I looked at like
Man,
man,
Sanka
Jesse
just
Bates
shut
was
somebody
cold as
down.
hell.
Sanka
Who?
shut somebody down. Who he played
I
two
know,
weeks
but
ago?
you need more than just Sanker. Like I don't view.
Who
I
was
view.
Sanka?
I
Who
always
he played 2 weeks ago when he had his good
Buffalo.
first game?
Buffalo.
Kincaid, I think he shut down Kincaid.
Kincaid ain't that. He's a good player, but he ain't that.
He doing just as good as Tyler Warren this year.
No, hell no.
Tyler
Tyler
Warren ain't
Warren
doing
already
that
one
good
of
this year.
yeah, he is. Tyler
No, he's
Warren
not.
already one of the
I looked
Tyler
at his
Warren already
stats.
man, Tyler Warren already one of the
His
best
stats.
tight ends in the league, man.
Let me look at his stats right quick. I looked at that boy's stats when I had to do my prize picks, and he ain't get the catches. Tyler Warren stats. Because Jonathan carrying that team. Jonathan Taylor. Look at his stats.
But they got somebody leading the offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year. Or I mean offensive rookie of the year.
Boy, ain't even had a 100-yard game yet.
Man, Tyler Warren like that.
Let me look at Kincaid's stats now.
Man, Kincaid in year 3, and he playing with the best. He playing with an MVP.
No, he doing better than Kincaid, but not by that much. And he got more touchdowns than Tyler Warren. But all I know is that was a good defense. Dog. I didn't came from
Yeah.
some dog days when it came to cornerback. I think I look at corner a little different because I didn't came from some
I
dog
know
days.
Fred. I mean, I remember Fred Thomas.
Marshawn Lattimore was the good first pure cover corner we had. I did.
No, I don't think he was. Not for me. I think the first like good corner was Jabari Greer. I think Jabari Greer was really good.
He was solid.
Hey, bro,
He
Jabari Greer.
He was
Jabari
solid,
Greer,
good.
Super Bowl. No, it's Jabari Greer Super Bowl season. You go do like that real deep dive with the analytics and all that, bro. The only cornerback that was better than him that year was Reeves. I'm telling you, And that was the Revis. That was that 2009 Revis with all the graphics on the wide receivers. He was only straight up cornerback better than him that year in football. Greer just got hurt, so I think Greer was probably the
So that
first.
boy went
Like
better than Nambi Amzawa back then. You
who?
crazy?
Oh, I'm
Nambi
saying in
Amzawa.
2009. I'm saying his season, his individual season was probably the second best amongst corners. He got hurt and missed games that year, but
Nobody,
behind
nobody
would
fucking
you?
with Marshawn Lattimore, dog.
Yeah.
Not to me.
I
Not
mean,
to me
he's
in my
still no, he's still
lifetime.
no, he's the best corner I think the Saints ever had. He was inconsistent at times and all that, but like I'm either going into the game. I'm like, look, if he lose, it ain't for whatchamacallit. Like he either gonna get beat or he not gonna get beat. Like I'm gonna throw him on an island, and that's how I kind of view. Like I view he ain't having that type
I
of
look at it
season.
like
Like
this. If Jabbar Greer was going up against Jamal Chase, I'd be like, man, I hope he have a good game. But in Latimer Prime, if he's going up against Jamal Chase, I'll be excited to see, like, yeah, this is gonna be a good one
yeah,
right here. But
like
I ain't
no,
gonna
no,
be
no. This
worried.
look. I'll be like sometimes this when the Saints was good. I used to like I don't do it no more because we ain't good. Like I used to sweat and all that before the games, but like I take them cornerback wide receiver matchups, the big ones. I took that shit serious. Like I went to that first game when they played Atlanta, and when he was a rookie, because I went to that game, the one where they beat us with the Deion Jones pick. Man, going into that game, what you was talking about, niggas was talking about Saints Falcons. I talk about the Saints Falcons, nigga. I'm trying to talk about, man, I'm putting a rookie cornerback that's a talent I never had against that, which is Julio Jones, who I think Julio Jones is probably one of the four best wide receiver prospects, five best wide receiver prospects in my life, as far as like out of high school, college, all that. So that's how I view it. I don't got no players on the team. We don't got no corner on the team, obviously now that you get excited for a matchup like that. Even that game 3 years ago when Jefferson was playing Lattimore and Jefferson won that they matched up twice and Jefferson won the second one. And then he had the IG post. Like, but you went into the game with that matchup on your mind. Like, I ain't doing that with none of these players on the team. But like with Lattimore, though, I just thought like it was you can just let him play on the island. Either he gonna win or lose. The one player I see that with on the team now, and it's a different position, but I think Kelvin Banks, like they leaving him on the island for most of the game. And I think that Banks and Fuaga is gonna be really good players. I need Fuaga to stay healthy and make sure he manages whatever he be having going on with him. But like looking at some of the stats on them, I think that if the Saints could find a way, I wouldn't. This is how I would do it in free agency. I wouldn't spend no real money like that this year. But if I'm going to spend money on one position, I'm not talking about extensions with players. Like I'm talking about I'm not talking about like potential extensions. Like, say if they hypothetically extended like Shaheed or like Olave and kept them. I'm not talking about that type of money. I'm talking about one move outside the team. I'll go sign a good guard. One good guard. I can't sign two because it's too expensive. But I would I would give Eric McCoy an extension. I wouldn't restructure him. I would give him an extension because that's gonna be my for lifer player on the O line. That's my vet. That's my franchise offensive lineman. But if you can looking at this thing, it called island rate when you get help from the tackles or from the tight ends and the running backs with chip blocks versus ends and edges and all that. If the Saint Fuaga and Banks is like top two, they get no help. Imagine if them dudes play next to a good guard. That'll change, like that can change their offensive line. And the Saints with them dudes being on rookie contracts and the Saints not having to pay a lot of people coming up, they can go pay for a guard. I'm not drafting no guard, none of that shit high. I'm going to get me a guard. I'm going to get me a veteran guard, and that'll change the offensive line. And we doing a cut or a trade with Ruiz in the offseason.
Yeah. I'd be looking at some of these team offensive line. I'd be like, man, bro, like it'd be interesting when you just look at a team offensive line just moving people. Like you look at that Detroit
Yeah,
team, you look at that Ravens team, but they got that one dude, Illabum,
man,
whatever his name is.
man.
That they sent
I
a good dog.
I be looking at I be looking at Indianapolis offensive line been good for a long time, for about,
Mhm.
and they be letting players go, but the players who they replaced them with was still good. Like
Running
Indi
the
when we
factory
took
over there.
when we took Penning, I was like, man, we don't got to take Penning. We don't got to take. We can just keep our picks. We can make the simple trade up to get like a receiver, like an Olave, Garrett Wilson, something like that. But we can just keep our picks, our other picks, and keep our future 2023 pick, and we can get this lineman. His name Bernard Raymond. He a good player, bro. He good. The only knock on him is he like 24 or 25, but like he a good player. He gonna play 10 years in NFL. And I'm like, we can get him. Man, Bernard Raymond is one of the, I ain't gonna say he a top 10 left tackle, but he a top 12 left tackle. And he gonna get him a good contract after this. They taking dudes in the coach taking dudes in the 5th round, let them sit for a year, let them develop. Boom, they a starter for. They come in for a 10-year. The coach let their center go this year. He's like a 10-year vet, good player for him. They let him go, insert the other young guy in. They develop him. Like I think the stuff that, like I was saying earlier with the Saints, that's gonna suck is like the Saints drafted one pass catcher with a high thing, but they didn't really build the actual wide receiver room and pass catching room to even make him pop. They kept drafting offensive linemen and defensive linemen, which good teams do, but they offensive line is still a bottom 10 line in the league. Their defensive line is a bottom 3 line in the league. Like it's just you got no return on assets that you had. And that's what's killing the Saints right now, is they got no return on their investments and what they did put in. And then when they did draft them a good player, like the player in like this like fucked up environment, and you ain't gonna be able to get the best out of them because you're gonna end up putting a player into a position where like, man, last year, bro, we had Olave playing X wide receiver or playing the Michael Thomas role. Dog, he's like 190 pounds. Like, come on, bro.
Mhm.
It's just we just always in a bad predicament, bro. And that's what get frustrating because of the front office remain like they remain in charge, and we still in a fucked up situation like that.
Mhm. Well, we're gonna have to see how it's gonna play out. I know I'm ready for the draft. I'm ready for this trade deadline. I'm ready for to see how everything play out. Like I'm just enjoying the rebuild. I'm enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Give me your Twitter so you can let the people know what follow you at and what to expect for next week's Unks of the Week possibly.
Yeah, y'all can find me on Twitter at ITSRAINEYDOE. It's Rainy Doe. The Unk of the Week this week was Demarcus Lawrence from the used to play for the Cowboys, but now with the Seahawks. Had like 7 pressures, 2.5 sacks. That defense legit. But that was the Unk of the Week this week. And we still got 12 more weeks of this, but we even got it in the playoffs too. So I can just follow me on there, get those updates.
Mm. All right, man. Thanks for coming on the show, man. I'm gonna have you back on sometime after the Bears game so we could talk about that beating the guy got.
Got you, man. Hey, you don't go why you don't go live on Sundays no more?
Live on Sundays? I never went live on Sundays.
You used to go live after the games. Like you used to come, like say if they played last year, you would come like about like you might do go live at like 10 at night.
Oh yeah, I sure do. Yeah. You're right. I don't know. I need to get back into that, but I think I don't know. Somebody had said something about the views. It's better when you post ver- uh when you post a recording versus when you post a live.
Got
Something
you.
like that. But I don't know, I might get back into the live because I do miss talking to the people and having them chime in and having them asking y'all questions and whatnot, and just talking to the chat. So I might do get back into that though.
Got you.
But all right, Marlon, man, take care.
All right, Ma, you take care.
All right. And there we have it, man. If y'all like the show, go ahead on and hit up the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. No cap, no filter, Saints. As far as Moscow prediction, I think this gonna be a good game. I do think we're gonna lose this game. I think the Bears have too many weapons for us. I think Komet gonna give us problems. I think Swift may give us a little problems. I think Caleb Williams' legs definitely gonna give us problems. But I think we could give them problems on the flip side. I think Dennis Allen gonna have a problem with the tight ends. I think he's gonna have a problem with snake legs. But I think they're gonna have just enough to win the game. I think I'll give us a score maybe 28 to I say 17. 28-17, bro. It ain't gonna be enough for the Bears, bro. But let me know what y'all score prediction is. Go ahead on and put y'all score prediction down in the comment section below. Give me y'all score prediction and give me y'all reason why y'all have that score prediction. Until next time, man. I'm out. Who that?